Hey everybody, it's Cam. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some stocks. So it's Wednesday, March 24th, 20 minutes after the close, and this video is going to be about NFT stocks, but we're going to start with market futures and just how overall recap of the day for the main indices. So everything's red besides Dow. Dow ended up barely green, flat for the day, but S&P dropped, NASDAQ dropped, Russell 2000 dropped, and you see here, this is SPY 5-minute chart, about a 1% drop here in the last 2 hours of the day. So massive selling came in. You see here, last candle on the close, high volume block trade at the end of the day, pushed this thing lower. Market imbalance was like 500 million to the sell side. So just look at the intraday move for the S&P. Right, we get a bounce about 7 o'clock hour, move back up to 392.5, try to get up to 393, but we couldn't break through this consolidated area yesterday where we did have a high amount of volume on the 5-minute chart from those 2 days, and then start selling off, get a bounce kind of at the low of the morning, can't get back above the moving averages, so we sell off, and you see here, right, we're back all moving averages, 9, 22, 50, 200 all in a row going down, and the 9 acted as a above resistance throughout the latter half of the day into the close. So if we go to the hourly, you can see kind of better here. So we get even the crossover here, the 9, 22, 50, and the 200 now all in order, looking to move lower. Still today, it was a lower volume day than yesterday. So that is something you like to see. If it is a change in market direction, you like to see a large change in volume, right? So if the price is going to go up, you like to see a high volume day. If the price is going to drop, a large volume day. We didn't necessarily get that. But we did have Powell and Yellen talking to the Senate today. More news about the Suez Canal being blocked up, oil prices, and still some uncertainty on upcoming inflation. But we'll zoom in here to the daily real quick, and then we'll get to the NFTs. But you see here, pretty big red candle, a lot of selling on the mixed volume on the candle, pushing us lower. And so obviously the next target we can get to tomorrow would be the 61.8 fib. So this is just from the low from the end of January to the high on the 17th of March. So obviously we can go test that 386 level, but you see below 386 there is a drop in volume until we get to 384, and that 384 area does kind of line up here with the 50-day EMA. So could see some more downside coming in to close out the week. And with that, we'll jump over to the NFT stocks. So DLPN, Dolphin Entertainment. Right, so ran yesterday on news of its NFT creative division, and then they announced a partnership with Hall of Fame Resorts. But you see here, massive move after market hours, so it opened, kind of rolled over today. But one thing is we didn't get below yesterday's high. So the low today 1853, yesterday's high was 1833. So we did not hit that in intraday, so we got some support right at that area later this afternoon. So you see here quite a bit of lines. So the yellow is from long term. You can watch the pre-market video I put out this morning. I'll link that here so you can see it. But so we hit that 38 high this morning, basically get a double top within the first hour, and we start selling off, right? So then the 50 acts as resistance going down. Then we finally get a crossover here about 9 o'clock hour. When the big market's kind of pushed up, and then about 9:30 when the big market started selling off again, we form another double top and then push lower. So we tested that kind of the yesterday's high right at the end of the day. Buyers came in right at the close, pushed us up. It looks like now after hours we're going to retest that area from yesterday. This 100 is from the previous high of the move, at which it made right after close yesterday, so it's not exactly the 1833 area, but this zone here could look as area support here aftermarket, and we'll see if aftermarket fireworks happen with DLPN today like it did yesterday. So it's partnership with Hall of Fame Resorts here, HOFV, so very similar chart, right? Gets a big move up pre-market, 4 a.m. peak, and then somewhat of a bigger sell-off this morning than DLPN, but find support here at this 50 fib, 6.31 off this move. So from the low pre-announcement to the high first thing this morning, 877. All right, so we get that bounce right off that 50. Also have RSI in the oversold on the 1 minute chart, so that could be a signal to go long. We push, get a little bit higher than a double top here, but as soon as DLPN started selling off, it sold off too. Doesn't necessarily use the 50 as a overhead resistance the first time. You know, we wick it once and then we trade sideways when DLPN had some more upward strength. But about the same time it starts dropping on that second double top, it falls lower, and then we do get this consolidated area here in the close, right, about 5.5 to $6, right? So descending highs, but the lows are staying in. So look to see if this 5.5 level will hold in after hours as support going into tomorrow. Just a quick look at the daily. You see it has been uptrending the last couple of weeks, and pretty big solid volume base here at 5.5. So look for that area to hold. If 5.5 cracks, we could fall all the way down back to 4.5. So we'll have to see if it finds some buyers or if it follows the market lower, which I think is going to happen for the rest of the week. And then FNKO, which was not a stock I mentioned in the pre-market video, but was in my video from yesterday afternoon. It had a lot of strength this morning, so we'll check that out in the 5-minute chart. So first thing this morning, sells off, uses a 200 EMA on the 5-minute as support. 1, 2, 3, explodes up higher, pull back into the 22. Got upward momentum, real strong momentum all morning. And then we get to about that 9 o'clock, 9:30 hour when the market starts rolling over, selling off. And it does too, gets all the way to 24.72. So this red fib, we'll go all the way out so you can see where that came from. Right, so the high 31.12 down to the low 3.12. So we pushed all the way up to that 23.6 fib, 24.51. See, we broke it partially. Oops, go on. Getting a little lag here on Thinkorswim, but oh come on, struggle bus over here. But it's sold off pretty hard all afternoon, much like the rest of the NFT stocks. The only one that really didn't was Wisekey, which we'll talk about that one here at the end of this video. But still, like the others, couldn't get above its moving averages in the latter half of the day. Sold off. It does look like we had a mini sell-off here on low volume, but buyers came and pushed it up. So if we go out to the daily, once again, see we got that big wick up. We are sitting in an area of a lot of volume, around $18. So look to see if this $18 area of heavy volume acts as support for tomorrow. And then we'll look at ZKIN. So ZKIN International, talked about them in previous videos. They're a gas pipe company switching over, trying to get on the hype on play. But I mentioned in the pre-market video that it wouldn't be uncommon for another company to jump on a partnership deal or a PR piece about what they're going to do. And ZK did that right after I put out my video this morning at 5:30. But they are forming X Sigma Entertainment with the intention of acquiring online gaming assets. So not only get into NFTs, maybe get into esports craze, who knows, combine the two or something. But that news pre-market sent it up quite a bit higher, right? So 5:30 news came out, sent us all the way up to $16, and then essentially an all-day fade, right? We got one spot here at 11 o'clock where buyers kind of push us back up, can't get over 12.5, and then we're rolling over. So look to see if this one will follow. The rest of the NFT stocks kind of did the second half of the day, but this is definitely like a hype play. I wouldn't put it on a higher list of priority stocks in NFT world. But that being said, it could be a quick trade to scalp. And then lastly, we'll look at WKEY. So WiseKey International, they put out PR. Dude, this is driving me nuts. I have a ton of memory, so I don't know what the issue is. But so WKEY, they're forging automotive digital security partnership with Cordis. That was at 3:30, and then they right at 10 o'clock where they popped. Let me go back to the chart here. All over the place. They're introducing WISE.Art digital certificate of authenticity, an NFT. So basically just a PR release on their product that they're going to come out with. But you see, news came out, we halt, and then just upward momentum all day. Basically, consolidation area here, 1917, pushes up higher. We get all the way up here to 22.4. in intraday, and then you see here after hours kind of doing the same thing that TCAT and DLPN did the last couple days after hours. So because I didn't have this drawn just like the other two, right? So if we just do this move from today, I bet you this fib level will be somewhere around 78. It's not as perfect as the other two, right? So after hours they bounced right off the 78.6 fib and then pushed higher. We don't necessarily have that here, so I'll delete it, but we do have the 100, 127 from prior moves. So if we go out to the daily, this blue long-term one comes out from, you know, back 3 years. So last May, 3.9 low up to this 18.49 high, and you'll see that's kind of where we were at in the pre-market move here from earlier in the week, I believe. Nope, maybe I'm wrong. Nope, so that was just a move from today, right? So get up there, we break through it, but we consolidate around it as that's a prior area of interest. You know, kind of get a higher low scenario, push us up higher, come back, retest it, and after hours it acts as support, pushes up higher. So we'll have to see if this will run like TCAT and DLPN do or have this week. And with that, I think other companies probably jump on the hype train the rest of the week, because I think the larger markets or indices are going to drop, so people might try to capitalize and jump in onto the hot craze. You might see more retail money going into, you know, low float stocks, trying to get quick gains. I'll do a video next on AMC and GameStop. Both of them got smacked today, but kind of up in the air what's going to happen for us this week. So if you guys got any comments, whatever your thoughts are, what's going to happen the rest of the week, let me know down in the comments. I'll get back to you, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.